How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Now this video is just going to be a quick recap of my trades from today. It's going to be very similar to the video I put out earlier this week. Basically I just want to walk through the video with you and just kind of show you the live trades I took, why I took them, and what I could have done better. So let's go ahead and get into the video, and I'll show you this first trade I took. It was on ES, basically off the open. We were above prior day high, came back down, retested it, and then started to show bullish momentum off of it. I could have waited for a little bit more confirmation, but considering how bullish the market's been lately, I thought it was definitely worth it to at least give it a shot. So I went long here, and let me go ahead and go over to Thinkorswim and show you the level I was watching. And like I said, it was prior day high. So yeah, yesterday was it ended up being a trend up day, so I was watching this level 44.85. If I go to the 1 minute to show you where I took this trade, let me get rid of that fib right there. This was kind of an aggressive entry. It was just a couple minutes off the open. It was at 8.34. Went long here, and I was going to close the trade just if we failed to stay above the 85s. And if you're wondering what this green and yellow line are, this is prior day close, and this is the opening print. So yeah, I started marking out those levels on my chart because I think they are important, and there tends to be reactions at those levels, and I think it's definitely worth watching. If you go back to the recording, you'll see that pretty quickly I got stopped out. That's why I kept it at such a light position size, because taking those trades less than 5 minutes off the open are I consider them pretty high risk. And yeah, right here I press the close button and I take a very small, literally a $13, $14 loss. And yeah, I was okay with that. I was not going to let it affect me emotionally. So now let's just go ahead and skip to the next trade. So yeah, it was around 9:05. The ES sold off, found support, but then it pushed back up into, I believe, the VWAP, the 50% retracement of this move. And we kind of had this 1 minute order block, like resistance, liquidity area, whatever you want to call it. And I thought there was definitely a chance that we could reject this and start to sell off more. Yeah, if I go over to Thinkorswim. Yeah, so looking at this in hindsight, it honestly was not the cleanest move up into this level. And it seems like these fib trades, if I draw out the fibs from this pivot high to this pivot low, you can see we rejected the 50% retracement, but this really wasn't that clean of a move. It kind of just chopped up into this area. I see one red candle, I go short, it chops around for a few more minutes and then stops me out. So it seems like these fib trades only work when the market has a very clean move into the Fibonacci kill zone. Because yeah, I've noticed just from looking at my past screenshots, I've had quite a few losses that look very similar to this. So I probably would not take this trade again. But anyway, let's go back to the video. Yeah, if I skip forward, you can see it went in my favor a little bit, and then it quickly got bought back up, and just a few minutes later, I think it's on this candle, it squeezes up past this high and hits the 82.50s. Yeah, right about here, I'm about to get stopped out. So yeah, now I'm 0 for 2 on the day, only down $37 though. And given the price action, I probably should have walked away at this point, because after taking 2 losses in a row, I mean, I could just tell my emotions were not in check, and I could tell that I wanted to try and get the money back. So I ended up taking 2 more scalps on the NASDAQ, which really were not great setups at all. I go back to the video and skip ahead here. Yeah, this was not a very smart entry. I thought of it as a break and retest of these highs here. So yeah, so I went long, placed my stop like just a couple points below these lows here. This is like going back to old habits. And then yeah, right there I get stopped out. Now I'm down 61 on the day. This does not follow my criteria, does not follow my checklist. I was going long into a resistance. It just didn't make sense. This is like it's like the definition of a revenge trade. And of course I go for it again here. I had an order sitting right above this candle. I got filled, and I got stopped out for break even, thankfully. So that would have been another rough loss. Yeah, I'll show you that trade right now too. Basically I had an order sitting right above the 400s. So right here I'm filled. It barely goes in my favor, and then I quickly put in a stop at break even, and then it hits it, and just like a minute later, yeah, stopped out at break even, down 62 on the day, and I was not happy. And so I called it. You know, I kept the loss under $100. The general rule I'm trying to follow is, with where I'm at right now in this Apex account, is my max loss can be no more than $80 on the day. And I think having a max daily loss that you just set for yourself, it really does just eliminate the potential to blow up your account and have to pay for a reset in 1 day or like 2 days. Because if I don't let myself lose more than 80 in a day, then I know for sure I'll always be able to trade the next day, because the max trailing threshold is $1,500. and I'm down like 200 on this account so far. So anyway, now I want to show you some screenshots from, let's go to my screenshots from the 15th. Yeah, so this is the first one. Again, this is just a FOMO entry. You can see I missed this move like right off the open. The NASDAQ just squeezed up. I missed all of these like little pullbacks. Even this one, I wanted it to pull back to VWAP or this trend line, so I missed that, and then I settled for a very low quality 1 minute 9 EMA pullback, and I get stopped out on this candle here. Now that was a very small loss, and I actually made it all back plus more on the ES. Basically the ES pulled back. Now this was VWAP on SPY, or it was just a little bit below it. So this was basically a bounce off the VWAP on SPY. Obviously the trend was up, bounced off VWAP. These candles look very bullish. I went long here, and I was targeting a resistance on SPY. It was the whole cycle number 440. I placed my order kind of just before that on ES at the 44s, and I got filled. That put me up just like $16 on the day. So I made back the loss plus a little more, and I just did not see any more opportunities, so I called it a day. And then, today, unfortunately, I took some low-quality setups. And just to go over some missed trades, because I actually do keep a folder for missed trades. This one was from the 13th. It was a really great break and retest. It was like a wick test. You see, there is a wick here. Plus, we had VWAP, plus the retracements. And I hesitated on this trade because it did not touch the Fibonacci kill zone. It would have been a great short, and that trade would have put me up nicely on the day. So honestly, the past few weeks I've been in a drawdown, and I don't know what it is. I think since the market has been on a bull run, I've actually been struggling to trade it, because towards the start of this year it was a very range-bound market. So I spent so much time learning how to trade reversals and supply rejections, and ever since we've had this bull run the past couple weeks, it's almost like I forgot how to trade a bull market, because I really started trading. I really started grinding it in 2022, which, as you know, is a bear market. So I kind of got used to the bearish back and forth price action. And it's funny to say that I've had a harder time trading this bull run, and I really have to be able to adapt, because the conditions in the market are changing like throughout the year. And I unfortunately missed out on a lot of great long opportunities, so we definitely need to be better about that next week. So that is all I got for you guys today. I hope you are enjoying these recaps, and I'm sorry that they haven't been so great lately. I've just been in a drawdown. I'm still doing my best to correct my mistakes and really just kind of figure out what I'm doing wrong and what needs to change. And it's a little discouraging that in April I had a pretty good month trading the Apex evaluation, and in May and so far in June it has not been too good. But I just try to remind myself that I've only been trading for about a year and a half, and it really does take longer to become successful at it. So I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to stick to making videos, and I'm going to focus on my goal of passing this evaluation by the end of the year. And please feel free to leave any advice you have in the comments down below, because it would probably help me out a lot, and I would love to read it and reply to you. So with that being said, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.